And with that said, we welcome in Ken Pomeroy, college basketball stats guru. He joins us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Clearly, Ken, you win the best hair of the midway point of the BYU basketball season. Congratulations.
You beat out Caleb Lohner. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah. How's it looking? It's got a few split ends going, but
Ken, when's enjoying it? How long have you been growing that hair out?
Since March 12th. So really the Rudy Gobert +1 is what I call it. The day after the Jazz game got canceled, I saw the writing on the wall, went out and got my hair cut, and have not been back since.
Man, 10 months. That's incredible.
That's incredible dedication. Almost as incredible as your dedication to the numbers that you put out on kenpom.com, which brings us to this. According to the numbers, what does BYU basketball do best right now in the Ken Pomeroy Index?
They do a lot of things well. They're not great at anything. And I think that's the personality of the team when you're watching them. You just don't see a team that's going to just, dominate necessarily from the get-go. They're not going to go on explosive runs, maybe like they did last year. But they're just solid on both sides of the ball. And over the course of 40 minutes, that wears down a lot of teams. I guess if we're going to focus on a couple of things, or maybe one general thing, it's really their 2-point percentage offense and defense. Both of those rank in the top 50 in the country. And, if you want to have a strength, really, I think it is your 2-point percentage, whether it's offensively or defensively. That is something that is very consistent over time. And, even though we're 14 games into the season, normally that's not a lot of games to judge a team on. It's very encouraging and I think bodes well for the future that, basically their 2-point percentage is good on both sides of the ball.
It was hard to know exactly what we were going to get from BYU after last year when BYU had an amazing run at the end of the season, beats Gonzaga, loses dramatically in Vegas. But BYU was going to be a dangerous 6th seed in the tournament, according to Lenardi. And then all of a sudden it's like Alex Barcelo and some other guys, right? Yet BYU's 11-3, and depending on who you ask, in the bracket firmly or barely on. Is BYU better than you thought they would be this year?
Yeah, they are. I mean, I obviously had those same concerns. I mean, they had to replace just a lot of, really productive players from last year. Obviously, that trio of Yoli Childs and TJ Hawes and Jake Toolson. I mean, there's a lot of offense from those guys. And you just knew that, they wouldn't quite be the same offensively. But they've come back pretty nicely. I mean, they're, 58th on offense and 50th on defense. So, it just kind of speaks to the fact that they've been pretty solid on both sides of the ball, and the offense has been good enough. It's obviously it's not going to be at last year's level. You can't just create that out of thin air, but it's been pretty solid so far.
Ken Pomeroy with us on BYU Sports Nation. Where do the Cougars, frankly, need some work if they hope to make a nice run back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 6 years?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty solid in most areas, and the areas where they're not solid are places where it's kind of normal for a Mark Pope team. The one area that is maybe a little concerning is as they commit too many turnovers. 210th in the country in turnover percentage offensively, committing a turnover on 20.3% of their offensive possessions. However, again, this is sort of a staple of a Mark Pope team. It sounds bad, and you think we always want to have as few turnovers as possible. But any offensive system, if it's going to be somewhat dynamic, it has to take some risk. You're going to have some turnovers. For whatever reason, Mark Pope teams tend to be below average in terms of turnovers. So that's not a super troubling area. They also don't get to the free throw line that often, but again, kind of a normal thing for a Mark Pope team. Last year was an exception, certainly in the turnover department, but for the most part, his teams just get it done by, basically shooting efficiency. And they're, not a great 3-point shooting team this year. That's another area of concern. But again, that 2-point percentage does kind of make up for some of that.
So we know how this works, but let's inform the audience how it works. Because people see BYU at 53 and Ken Pom, and they go, why doesn't Ken like BYU? It has nothing to do with that. You go offensive efficiency, which is points per 100 possession, minus defensive efficiency, points per 100 possession. And then it's listed. It's not an opinion thing from you. It's just how BYU performs, right?
Yeah, there are 347 teams, or 357 in a normal year, but 347 that are active this year. So it would just be too much work for me to go through and adjust every team and figure out, which team do I like and which team do I don't like. I'm I'm a little lazy on that front. And
you have more hair to maintain now. You don't have time for this.
Exactly. You know, you got to have priorities. And so this just kind of runs automatically. Yep.
I love the BYU fan, and I saw this on Twitter the other day. Kentucky's number 54. So clearly there's some favoritism towards Kentucky, one spot behind BYU when they're 4-8, right, Ken?
Yeah, well, I'll point out that Kentucky has dropped to 58 since that tweet.
So it's even worse.
Yeah. Following like crazy. I don't understand why we're picking on Kentucky, actually. Like, Penn State is 48th, and they're 3-6. So talk about them.
Yeah, wait a minute.
So clearly,
yeah,
I mean, Ken, Gonzaga seems to be at the peak of their powers. It's been an incredible run for them. Is this the best Gonzaga team ever by the numbers?
Yeah, by the numbers, I think so. I think just by watching them, I think so. Like the real, the challenger is the 2017 team that went 29-0 and obviously lost to BYU in that season finale, and then ended up going to the national title game and losing to North Carolina. And that was a team that ranked first defensively, 16th offensively. They finished number 1 in my ratings, even despite losing to Carolina in the title game. This year, they're number 2 offensively behind Iowa. They're 13th defensively. Again, they're number 1 in my ratings, and I feel pretty confident that they're going to stay there, even though Baylor's pushing them pretty hard. I think they're going to stay there heading into the tournament. So yeah, it's a really solid team. I've made this point before, and I'll make it again here, but you could certainly make a case if you're filling out an all WCC team, like you could just make it all 5 Gonzaga players. They've been that good. And you can't say that about too many teams in history in any conference, but you could say that about them this year for sure.
I think there have been 7 or 8 players of the week, and all but one have been Gonzaga, which we're like, can we just name a non-Gonzaga player just so BYU has a shot? Well, Ken, let's finish with this. How do people subscribe to your stuff? Because we do, and we love it.
Yeah, absolutely. KenPom.com. It's still the same old price, $19.95 for 12 months. So sign up and you get access to all the stats I've just been talking about, and you can track BYU for the rest of the season. They should be an interesting team to track.
Just add a daily hair tracker to the website, okay, Ken?
I will do. Yeah, I should take pictures every week.
Ken, you were pushing it back a lot. I think you'd like that. I think you like that you can do this now.
No shame.
It's definitely, I felt like I always felt like rebelling kind of growing up, and really never had the guts to do that. But now I'm doing it, and yeah, it does feel pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. Ken, great work as always. Great to catch up with you. We'll do it again soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Ken Pomeroy on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.
Listen, he's a dude that lives in Salt Lake, but he's a national college basketball guy, because when the men's basketball one sheets are out, and they aren't out yet, but the committee sits there and looks at certain metrics. His is one of like 6. So he's a big deal. We have him on regular. I love it. I love talking to Ken. He's great.
To his credit, he went and did something and found a niche that nobody else was really doing.
Right. It's unique.
In a unique way.
Yeah.